Hi everybody, thank you for watching my videos. The next thing today that I'm going to show you is the 3D sound settings inside the audio source. The first thing that we need to do before we can start playing around with this, let's change the maximum distance to 5 so that I wanted to see at the audio source there is two spheres. This is the outer sphere, which actually represents your maximum distance, and there's an inner sphere that represents the minimum distance. What does these two value means? Minimum distance is, if you follow this graph, it's when you are the nearest to the minimum distance, the volume will be at full volume, and as you go further away from the minimum distance out towards the maximum distance, the volume of the audio will slowly fade out. So let's try it here and see if it works. Oh yeah, before you can preview the 3D effects, you need to enable the spatial blend. So drag and drop your spatial blend from 2D to 3D. So you hear that the sound is very faint, and as you go nearer, it becomes stronger. They were wearing Harris tweed and pork pie hats. They'd slit your throat and throw you in the gutter. So that's how the 3D sound settings work. Now let's talk about spatial blend. Spatial blend is the amount of control you give to Unity for your sound, so that the Unity can actually take the sound and apply the 3D sound settings to it. If you set it to, for example, 2D, then you will not have all the 3D sound settings. But if you slide it towards 3D, you will start to hear the effects of the 3D sound settings taking place. Next, inside the 3D sound settings is the Doppler level. Doppler is for Doppler effect. What does it mean is that, for example, if you imagine an ambulance coming towards you, you would hear that the pitch or the speed of the ambulance siren will increase as it goes near towards you. Well, that is actually called a Doppler effect. Let's try the Doppler effect. If you set the Doppler effect to 0 and you go straight towards the audio source, the audio source does not speed up and you don't feel this change of pitch like remember the ambulance that I told you about. But if you try it with Doppler effect and you put a lot of Doppler effect, what would happen is that as you go nearer, do you notice that it slightly changes the speed of the sound as you go nearer? That is what we call the Doppler effect. You can try it a few times and you will get what I wanted to try to say. But it's all you can expect from men like birds. Buses bound for Niles, Benton Harbor. So you can play the Doppler effect here. Usually in real life though, the Doppler effect is only at 1. Next is the spread. Spread is when you want to spread out the sound according to multiple speakers. Usually if you have 7.1 surround sound, you want to have some spread. So what you do is you just add it in. If you have a surround sound speaker, you will start to hear the sound spreading across many of your speakers. Next is the roll-off. Roll-off is how does the sound diminishes as you go away further from the sound source. There are three types of graph, which is the logarithmic roll-off, which is this one. The other one is called the linear roll-off, which is like a straight graph out from the one side. And then there is this thing called the custom roll-off. Custom roll-off is when you have this graph and you can actually change the roll-off to whatever you think suits your project needs. And this graph is all editable. For example, if you want to, for example, add some more curve here, you can just double click the graph and you will have that particular capability. Then you can change the curves like that. Then you can start to experiment with the curve and see what happens. And basically that's it for 3D sound settings.